Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Akil, and welcome back to another movie review, guys. So far this year, I have seen now, well, including these two movies. I saw The Tiger's Apprentice just like a couple weeks ago in February, and I thought it was okay. And just like that movie, unfortunately, we have another mid movie with Spaceman, guys. Yes, I thought this movie was okay, it was alright. So to start off with for my pre-rating score, I'm actually gonna say that Spaceman is an okay movie, guys. Yes, I was actually looking forward to this movie through one aspect, and it's a sense that it's Adam Sandler in space. Like that's all it is. And that could have been really cool because I love Mayor with Stories New and Selected, and he's great in that. It's like a dramatic role from him, and I haven't seen a ton of Adam Sandler movies, so this is just I guess one to fill it into my back catalog. It also has Carey Mulligan and Paul Dano playing a character that I won't spoil. So there's that. Now, jumping into the review in terms of the story elements without spoiling too much, basically he's up in space, he's doing something. What that something is, I'm not going to tell you, you have to find out. All we know is that he's alone. He's also having, seems to be maybe having issues with his wife. And that aspect of the movie I really did like. But unfortunately, the stuff with the space aspect, like the sci fi stuff, wasn't as captivating as I thought it would be. So overall, it's a mixture of sci-fi, romance, drama, and that's really it. There's not much tension in this movie, even though he is stuck in space. You would think there would be, but unfortunately there isn't. So there's that. Now, in terms of the positives, the acting for this movie is actually pretty damn good. I wouldn't say anyone like really stands out, but I thought Adam Sandler did a really good job. Carey Mulligan did a good job, and there's like one person in this that I wouldn't spoil who you may recognize from a very popular sitcom. So keep that in mind. But overall, I thought it was a pretty well acted movie for the type of movie it's going for. So there's that. Another thing I also really liked was the visuals. It looks great. They're like I don't know how they do it. Like CGI is getting better now to a point where it really looks like whatever's up there like is up there. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that it really looks like space. Like we've come so far from 2001 The Space Odyssey. Now we have this. Like the last time I was this blown away by visuals up in space, or regarding space was Ad Astra. And even though I was late to the part in that movie, I saw that movie like a year or two ago and I loved it. So there's that. But the visuals were really good as well. Now, one final positive I will say is I did like two characters, yeah. Jakub, who Adam Sandler plays, and Hannes. And I won't say who or what Hannes is because it's a very interesting character and role that character plays. But they have a very interesting bond and relationship in this movie, and it kind of forms into this unlikely friendship. And you're gonna have to watch the movie, find that out for yourself if you really agree with me with why by what I just said about it being kind of an unlikely friendship. So there's that. Now, negatives, because as I said at the start of this review, this is not a good movie. This is just an okay or mid film, guys. First up, let's talk about the pacing because this movie is slow. This movie is slow and you definitely feel it. It's a slow film, and that's unfortunate because it's not even 2 hours long. But because it's kind of those one of those movies where kind of like survival films, it's really through the eyes of one person and one person alone. It doesn't like feel like it's keeping your attention locked in all the time, all the while. If you, what I'm trying to say, guys, is that because there's really one main character in this film, only one character, even though there are other people in this movie as well, it's very hard to be super engaged into it. That's what I'm trying to. I know, as you can tell, this is not really prepared. This is all at the top of my head. I really like to just jump in and just say what's on the top of my head. I know I should probably like write down what to say. I mean, I did write down, but in terms of like actually like saying word for the review, it's all at the top of my head. I know that's not good, but I like to be like just straight up with you, give my full and honest thoughts in terms of like what's on the top of my head based on what I just saw, rather than just saying, "Oh, I really like this movie because of this, and this." So there's that. I feel like that's also why I like doing these reviews, so I could just be straight up, like raw, honest with you guys. So there's that. Now, besides the pacing, this movie is also a bit boring at times. It also kind of adds on to the point what I just said because it's really one character basically in this entire film. Even though, like I said, there are other characters, but through flashback and stuff on happening on Earth as well, it's really hard to be super engaged with it. Again, I know I'm repeating, but it adds on to the point, uh, to the previous point. And finally, for negatives, is the plot. The plot is not the most interesting thing in the world, but basically, overall, to sum up for negatives, it's not the most interesting movie in the world. I thought there would be more to it, but it isn't. If you thought this was a space exploration movie, it kind of is, but also kind of isn't too. There's some crazy visuals. There's some stuff about the character's past. All I'm gonna say is that the romantic aspect I like more than the sci-fi stuff. Again, I know I'm repeating, but I have to emphasize that this is a sci-fi film, but it's actually more of a romantic drama as well. So there we go. But overall, guys, Spaceman was kind of a mixed bag for me. There were some things I liked, some things I wasn't the biggest fan of. Overall, as a final score, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I feel like that's a perfect grade or rating for this movie. Any not higher, any higher, I feel like it'll be too much, too lenient. Any lower, I feel like I'll be doing a disservice to it, because I do feel like there's talent on screen and on display, but unfortunately for me, I didn't get much out of it, so there's that. But guys, there you guys have it. Those are my thoughts on Spaceman. I'm so excited because tomorrow I will be seeing Dune Part 2. I've already got my tickets. Me and my brother are watching it, and I've heard nothing but great things. Fingers crossed that it absolutely delivers, because if I come out feeling somehow disappointed, which I feel like there is maybe a tiny chance I am because of all the hype going into it, because I've seen movies where a lot of people hype it up and I watch it, and then it's like whatever, you know. I hope this is not one of the case. Fingers crossed that I come out loving it and not feeling disappointed, because I love the first one. It's still in my top 50 favorite movies of all time. Who knows? Maybe this could be a top 10. Maybe I give this movie a 10 out of 10 too. Like Prisoners and Blade Runner 2049. This could be the third of the Denis Villeneuve's films I give it 10 out of 10 to, which will be great. But guys, overall, my thoughts on Spaceman, it's okay. And as for Doom Part 2, really excited for tomorrow to see my not my favorite, my personal most anticipated movie of the year, guys. Yes. But guys, overall, there you guys have it. Those are my thoughts on Spaceman. I know it's very all over the place, but sorry, again, it's very informal. But again, raw, honest thoughts on the film rather than just feeling very scripted. It doesn't feel like super me. That's not how I do reviews, so there's that. But guys, again, over those are my thoughts on Spaceman. What do you guys think about this movie in the comments down below? I thought it was okay, but I still thought it wasn't terrible. So there's that. I should just say I thought it was okay. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, guys. Thanks for watching. My name is Akil, otherwise known as the comic director, and I'm signing out.